Hello again, everyone. In this technical analysis of the stock market weekend update video, we're going to take a look at the Dow for the Friday's trading and in for the week. Look at one of my key indicators that I look at every day, the McClellan Oscillator. Take a look at gold. That's why I call this waiting on gold. Gold is trying to make up its mind. Does it still want to rally, or is it getting ready to go in the tank? We're going to take a look at the daily and weekly charts and take a look at silver also. Also look at the gold miners and the junior gold miners. And then lastly, I'm going to look at the Apple chart. Apple was up about 13%, I think it was this week. Had a pretty strong week. We'll take a look at it. All right, let's start off here with the Dow. The Dow was up 332 points, so had a big move yesterday. We are still trending to the downside. Now, we haven't taken out this March or April 2nd low yet. But so far, we're still continuing this little pattern. This April 2nd low actually punched below the February 9th low. We have a series of, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. And so far, that's the sequence. We're looking to see, is it going to continue? The key pivot points I'm focusing on is this point right here and this point right here. And if this point gets taken out, then I'm probably going to have to revise and relook at what the scenario may be. Right now, this is my preferred count. The wave the price action is not giving me any reason to change it, but there is an alternate wave count. I don't like it nearly as much. Mainly, I'm just talking about not my preference of bearish or bullish. I'm just saying I don't like it from a Elliott wave structure. Elliott wave picture is what I'm talking about. So this is my preferred count, and so far the market continues to play out this way. We'll see what happens. We got a big rally, but a lot of times when you get into the bearish mode in the market, you get strong bear market rallies. So that's what we got on Friday. We'll see what kind of continuation we get. Let's take a look at the weekly chart here. And you can see the Dow was down 48.67 points. Thank goodness for the bulls on Friday, because if it wasn't for Friday, the market was down about 380 points or so, at the end of Thursday. So we punched to a new low this week, actually took out the prior 3 weeks lows, and we're hanging still below that 10-week moving average in here. We'll see where this thing wants to go. Let's take a look at the McClellan Oscillator. Right now, I call this in the neutral zone. So even after a 332-point rally on the Dow, I still think the market is just neutral. We are not extremely overbought. We're not extremely oversold. That's where we're at. Okay, so that's the picture there. Let's take a look at GLD. And this is the daily chart. You can see this thing has just been chopping around like crazy. Now, even with the market selling off, you could see back here, here's January 26th. This is where the stock market peaked. Okay, well, gold is down also. I mean, GLD is down also. So right now, we're not getting the response. I'm looking at this wave count, and I'm talking about a response. I'm talking about a response that says, okay, go contra to what's going on with the market. But, sometimes gold it has a tendency to do its own thing. Right here, I am thinking that we've got this expanding diagonal pattern for a C wave to the upside, which would imply, if this is going to continue to play out, it's going to imply that we're going to get another thrust to the upside and continue pushing higher. Okay, and where am I thinking if this continues to do that? Let's take a look at the weekly chart. If I can find it, there we go. And I'm talking about being up here, around 140, 138, that type of thing, if we continue to push higher. Now, that's the big if. Right now, this hasn't broken down. And this is a weekly chart. I believe we did a 5-wave move, a large 5-wave move from that high up here in 2011 down to the low here in December 2015. Now, the alternate is if this starts to break down, say we break this trend line, take out this low in here, then that's got to reinforce the alternate that the counter trend B wave has already completed itself right up in here. Now, has it pulled back enough? Yeah, I mean, it pulled back to the previous fourth wave. So many times the corrective wave will pull back right into the previous fourth wave. Well, it's already done that, but I am still expecting this to move higher. You know, it's kind of playing out that wave with these three wave sequences, and we'll just watch to see. We're going to break down or we're going to continue to push higher. And if we continue to push higher, then that means that we're going to take out these highs here, 129.51, 129. So breaking above 129.50, okay? And right now we've been struggling to do that. So that's the picture on GLD gold. Silver is doing the same kind of thing. Look at this big symmetrical triangle in here. It's trying to make up its mind which way does it want to go. So watching for that to see which trend line does it break. And you know, this little reversal right here, this kind of an island reversal pattern, makes me wonder, kind of made me think, well, maybe this thing is getting ready to head south, and it has. So, but it, you know, it hasn't broken down below this trend line down here. It hasn't broken out of this triangle yet. All right, so that's the picture there. Let's take a look at the gold miners, GDX, and look at the gold miners over the last 15 months. Okay, and I'm counting 15 months from this February high right in here. It's been in this trading range, okay, between 21 and 25.50. Can't seem to break out of it. And we had this thrust back up into the middle of the range. That we sold back off, and so now it's like, okay, do we take out this range? So far we haven't broken out, you know, of this range to give us a clue. And you know, this is kind of a weird deal. I mean, you could look back over multiple years and you're not going to see anything like this. So watching the gold miners in here to give us a clue, and GDXJ, the Junior Gold Miners, they're doing a similar type thing ever since that February 2017 high, but it's a little different picture. It's a little more of like a compressing symmetrical triangle. So watching this compression going on and to see which way is this going to break, okay? And so we've got a similar type of, you know, range pattern type going on like in the gold miners, GDX, but this is just a little different picture. So we're watching that close 33.55 on Friday. All right, so that's the picture with the gold miners. The last thing I'm going to touch on is Apple. Apple was up big this week, and of course, you know, Friday the big boost was when all of a sudden, you know, Warren Buffett said, well, yeah, I bought another 50 million shares or something, or 55 million shares in the first quarter. And he probably bought them here and probably bought some here and bought some here. And now when he's up here, now after he announced that, he's probably selling a bunch. But he added to the position is my understanding. And of course, this is on top of the great earnings that Apple had on Tuesday. So now the real question is Apple enough to rally the tech stocks in the tech sector? Apple was up something like 13%. And, you know, breaking to new highs, it needs to hold these new highs. And when it, you know, like when it did it over here, it held it and it stayed up there for a while. But I've seen many times where these stocks don't do that and they don't hold it, you get a pretty wicked sell-off pretty quick. You break to a new high right like in here, you don't hold it, you get a pretty hard sell-off. So that's going to be a key watching this, because we just broke the previous high, intraday high, 183.50, and here we are at 183.83 on the close, okay? So Apple up 13%, the NASDAQ was up 1.3%. So of the three biggies, the NASDAQ Composite, the SPX, and the Dow Industrials, the NASDAQ was the only one that was positive of the three this week. So we'll see whether or not we can get some continuation here or what is going to happen. All right, that's it for this weekend. If you felt like the video was helpful, please hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to this YouTube channel. And if you could think of someone who would benefit from the video, share the video with them. And remember, you can get more insight, education, trade ideas. We cover a heck of a lot more over here at joehenches.net. Become an insider member. Click on the image on the screen, and it'll take you over to the website. All right, everyone, have a great weekend. Talk to you on the next video.